Hello Unity students. Welcome to the financial aid segment of your distance education video tutorial. The goal of these videos is to give you a resource to help guide you through the experience here at Unity. Today we're going to talk about billing and financial aid. Understanding finances and financial aid as a student can definitely be intimidating, especially a first-time student. But today I'm going to walk you through some of the different aspects so you have a good understanding of a few things. First, we're going to talk about how to access your billing portal. So, to start, I went to my.unity.edu. I'm accessing the single sign-on portal. So I have a test student account that we're going to work in today. So I'm going to put in my username and password, click login. From here, we're going to go to the CAMS student portal. We're going to click in this left-hand column, billing and payment. This is now what we refer to as your billing portal. So as a student, you will have an overview page. That's what you'll first arrive at. So this overview page will include the billing summary for any outstanding past balances as well as future term costs. The overview page also includes your full financial aid package for the year. And so in this test student, you don't see any of that information. You just see what it'll look like for a past term, which in this case is 22 October, and the balance was $300, which would now be an outstanding balance. If you want to see what you owe for a specific term, it's helpful to navigate to the Make a Payment page. That is in the left-hand column. So we click that. The Make a Payment page will show you your outstanding bill or future term bill, and it will have it broken down term by term. And so what this is going to show, where here it just shows 22 October, you'll have a breakdown of all the payments that you owe and the specific amount for that term. So this will help where your overview page will show everything. This will show which you owe term by term. Now there's one other place that we can use to see what our bill is for each term, and that is the statements page. So if I go over to the left-hand column and click statements again, in this case it's showing past term. But if I look at the date of the statement, and then I can click view and click this button here, this is what a statement will look like. Typically these are released prior to a term. This student would have a previous account balance of $100 and a current account balance of $2,200 for a total due of $2,300. And then it has it broken down here. It's going to have your name, address, which course you're in, and it's going to show your tuition cost, and then also you'll see any financial aid or grants or anything like that will be included here. So prior to the term, it's always a good idea to go into your billing portal, check the statement, and just make sure that everything looks correct. And if you see errors with that, you can always reach out to your advisor to discuss what's going on with your bill. Now we're going to talk about how to view your account details and update your direct deposit information. You've already gone through the single sign-on and navigated to your billing portal, which is where we are now. If you need a refresher on that, please refer to the start of this video. Once we're in the billing portal, you're going to be back on the overview page. From there, we're going to click My Account in the left-hand column. Once you open this page, you'll see your basic account information. This is where you can add a payment method, add other payers on your account, or sign up for direct deposit refunds. They're all pretty straightforward, but I'll walk you through each of them now. So if we click on the Add a Payment Method, it's going to open this box on the right-hand side of the screen. It's basically going to let you choose credit card, bank account info, and you'll just enter that information. To add a payer on your account, you're going to choose the Send a Payer Invitation button here. This will have a similar box appear on the right-hand side. You can enter the person or organization that you want to send an invitation to. And this will generate a secure link that they can use to make payments towards your balance. You'll see on the bottom here that you're allowed to give them access to certain things and send a message to the payer. One important thing to note about payer invitation, it will not give that person access to your student information. In order to give the university permission to speak with anyone other than yourself, there's a FERPA form that you'll need to complete. We have a whole different video about FERPA forms. But just to give you an idea, in the CAMS student portal, in the left-hand side, FERPA release form, that'll generate an Adobe form. You can fill that out. So if you have any questions about this, you can contact your advisor, and they should be able to help you. Back on your account page, the last thing that we want to look at on this page is direct deposit refunds. If your financial aid award covers more than the cost of tuition, you may end up getting a refund of some of the money. We're going to go over financial aid awards in a future section, but if you need to set up direct deposit, you can do so by clicking the Sign Up button right here. This will open the familiar box on the right-hand side of the screen. There's an agreement that you definitely want to read through completely because it's not that long. You're going to click I agree, continue, and then this will let you add in your payment information here. Unlike the making a payment section, the direct deposit does have to be a bank account and not a credit card. So if you don't have access to a bank account, it is possible to have the refund sent to you directly via check, but it can take up to 5 to 10 business days. So if you have any questions about this, you can contact your advisor and they should be able to help you. Your award letter may look confusing or intimidating at first, so we're just going to break it down together. You'll apply for financial aid once in an academic year. After you've applied, you'll receive an email from our financial aid department, and this email is your financial aid award letter. So what I have open here is a sample award letter. Yours will come from financial aid as opposed to advising, and it'll have your name instead of mine. The letter will tell you how much aid you've been awarded for the entire academic year. It'll be broken down by each term that we offer. We have a total of 8 terms every year, each one lasting for 5 weeks. You will also see a breakdown of anticipated costs at the top, which includes room and board, transportation, housing, things like that. Don't worry, Unity Distance Education does not charge you for any of those items. It's just a standard estimate that's applied to all students who are getting financial aid. In your award letter, you will also see how much of the aid is from grants, such as the Pell Grant, and how much is from unsubsidized loans or subsidized loans. Start with the August term, where we see you have a federal Pell Grant, $925, a subsidized loan of $435, and an unsubsidized loan of $250. This will be a total aid for that term of $1,610. If you're wondering what the difference is between the different kinds of aids, you can think of a grant like money used towards schooling that you won't need to be paid back, like a gift. Not everyone qualifies to receive grants, so you may see this on your award letter or you may not. Direct loans are money that the federal government is lending you to attend school. This includes subsidized and unsubsidized. These loans do need to be paid back. With direct subsidized loans, you're not charged interest while you're enrolled in school. That helps minimize the amount that you owe. So in this case, the subsidized loan is $435. Interest would not be charged on that while you were still in school. An unsubsidized loan is similar to a subsidized loan in that it is money the federal government is lending you to attend school that you'll need to pay back. But with unsubsidized loans, you'll be charged interest from the first moment the funds are issued. So in this case, the $250, you would be charged interest from the moment that you take those loans out. At the bottom of your award letter, you will see information about how to remain eligible for federal direct loans while you're enrolled. This may be important for you later, so be sure to look it over and ask your advisor if you have any questions. So just read through all of this information, and it has links, it has information about private loans. There's a bunch of information at the bottom. And so that is how to read your award letter. You should see your aid applied to each term in your billing portal under the activity details section. Now in this test student there is no loans, you won't see it there, but there would be unsubsidized loans, subsidized loans, or Pell Grants. That would be under description. Then there would be the charges or the amounts, which in this case would be a credit, for those loans. So the activity details is where to see a breakdown of your entire history of your account balance. Now that we've looked at how to review your bill and update your account, let's talk about how you'll actually make a payment. It's important to note that if you have questions about your bill, it's always a good idea to reach out to your advisor so you can have a good understanding of what your bill will be each term. Some students pay completely out of pocket and some are covered completely by financial aid, so it's important that you do your own due diligence to understand your unique financial situation. Making a payment is really straightforward. You'll again be in your billing portal, and if you need help with this, please refer to the start of this video. In order to enroll in a term at Unity, students are required to make a payment arrangement prior to the start of that term, and there are 3 main ways that students will pay for a balance. 1, you'll pay the entire balance as a lump sum. 2, you'll set up a payment plan. Or 3, you'll have someone else making a payment. Whichever method you use to pay, it'll happen in your student billing portal, which is where we are now. If you want to make a lump sum payment, the easiest way is to choose Make a Payment in the left-hand column. This will allow you to select the term that you want to make a payment for by clicking the checkbox in the left-hand side. You're able to select more than one term if necessary, and then you'll choose Check Out once you've completed all the necessary terms. If you've already set up a payment method in your account, it should appear here. Since this test student doesn't have any account info, it'll ask me to add a new card. Once you choose your payment method, it'll continue to an authorization page where you'll confirm the charges and complete the payment. So I would submit this info, click continue, and it'll take you to an authorization page. If you want to check that the payment went through correctly, you can click the transactions page after it's complete and it'll show up here. It'll have a date, description, and the amount and a receipt. The next way to pay is to set up a payment plan. You can find the options to set up a payment plan inside the billing portal by clicking the payment plan options in the left-hand column. I'll do it that way. If you see, this is also view payment plan options here, which can work as well. Once you open that page, it will show your past and current payment plan. The test student doesn't have any, so it's blank right now. Before setting up a payment plan, it's a good idea to write down the total amount the plan needs to cover. So for information about how to review your bill, you can refer back to the first section of this video. If you're unsure of the total balance, please reach out to your advisor to review details. I think I can speak for most advisors here at Unity and say we'd rather have you ask first and get a payment plan for the right amount, so feel free to reach out. To set up the plan details, you'll click View Payment Plan Options, and this will open the box on the right side of the screen. Once you're here, you can enter the plan amount, and this is the total amount that you need to pay, like I mentioned before. So I'm going to put in for $14.10, typical tuition. You'll see here, once I enter the amount, it automatically breaks that balance down into 3 equal payments. It'll have some information at the bottom about the plan details and the fees to enroll in the plan. Typically, it's just a $10 fee. There are no other interest charges with this plan, but there may be late fees if the payments aren't made on time. Once you create the plan, you will see it appear under Current Plans, and you can make adjustments like turning on auto pay and things like that. The final way to make payments is having someone else pay. To do this digitally, you can use the Add a Payer feature in your account information. We covered this in the previous section, but just to review, you go to My Account, and then under Payers, you'll do Send a Payer Invitation, and then you'll have this information here. If you need more information about that, we did cover it in the previous section. If you have a 529 college savings account, a scholarship, or anything that requires a physical check to be sent to the school, you'll need to provide that other organization with your billing statement and your mailing address for Unity. If this is the case, it's probably best to reach out to your advisor, let them know, and ensure that you have the correct address and documentation. You also want to be sure to specify the bursar's office on the address so it'll go to the correct office. So that should be all the information you need to make a payment on your account. Payments are due at the beginning of each term. So if you don't have the payment completed on time, it can result in you being dropped from the course. So it's always a good idea to check your billing statement prior to each term, and if you have any questions, just reach out to your Unity advisor. So thank you for watching these videos. I hope you find them all helpful, and it's always important to remember that your advisors at Unity are here to help you. We can connect you with any offices that you need to talk to, especially with regard to financial aid. So we're here to help if you need anything.